Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you are doing well. Today we are actually doing a DIY, which I don't think I've ever done on my channel before, but I was recently spending some time shopping with my family and I went into this store that had these really cute felt pennants hanging on the wall, and then I looked at the price tag and I saw that it was $20 and I thought I can definitely make that and probably make something even cuter. So in order to recreate the DIY that I did in this video, you just need a few things. The first is obviously a felt pennant. I picked this up from Hobby Lobby. It came in a pack of 2 for like $2. I also picked up some craft paint. This is multi-surface paint. You can also get acrylic paint, and of course you can pick any colors that you would like for this. If you want to try something fun, I picked up this metallic gold color and it ended up looking really good. So these were about $2 a piece. I also used these gold clips to add a decoration to the left side of the banner. This is optional obviously, and then I used a command strip to hang it. Lastly, if you want to make your banner light up, I actually had these extra string lights hanging around, so I decided to add these in at the last minute as well, and it turned out really well. The first thing I did before actually diving into this was to do a few rough sketches of what I wanted to make. This kind of helps me stay on track and visualize what I'm actually going to be making. And then once I had the final design chosen, I decided to get started with painting. So I wanted to make a black border around the outside of my banner to kind of frame everything in. And you can either pencil this in with a ruler or use some blue painter's tape to help make a really crisp edge. As soon as you have that all drawn out or laid down, you can go ahead and start painting. One thing that I want to note here is that you do not want to mix water with your paint, which can be tempting because it does take a little bit of time to spread this out. It's kind of dry. The felt banner has texture to it, but if you add water to your paint, it will bleed through and create a really undesirable look, especially if your banner is white like mine. I actually had to restart this entire thing because I really screwed up on the first one. So resist the urge to add water to your paint so it won't bleed through and mess up your entire design. Another thing to note is that my banner was particularly thin and I ended up getting a little bit of black paint on the back which showed through, but in the end it didn't end up making too much of a difference, so I'm not too worried about it, but just keep that in mind. Now it's time to draw in our design. I decided to do some lettering. Of course, you guys know I love lettering, so I decided to go with the phrase "work hard, dream big," because I knew I wanted to hang something inspirational on the back of my door, and this phrase just seemed very fitting. I knew I wanted something short because I wanted the letters to be really big. I decided to make the biggest lettering part gold and then go in with black for the smaller letters. The black and the gold go really nicely together, and the metallic actually ended up showing up pretty well on this banner, so I was very happy with it. I used a small angled brush to make sure I could get all of the details perfect, and then for those smaller letters I ended up going in with an even smaller brush because I like to make sure that I can be super duper precise. I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to this, so I definitely kept reworking until I felt it was perfect. Next, it's time to decorate our banner. Once you have your letters down, you can go back in and add glitter. You can add extra paint on top of the letters that didn't quite show up as much as you wanted them to. And then once my gold lettering had dried, I wanted to go back in and add this second part of the phrase with a black Sharpie marker. As you can see, for the glitter, instead of using glue, I'm actually just adding a second layer of that gold paint and using the tackiness of that to help hold the glitter in place, and it actually worked pretty well. If any of you have ever worked with glitter before, you know that it's pretty much impossible to clean it up, and I did spend a significant amount of time after this video trying to get all the glitter picked up that I'd spilled everywhere, but it was definitely worth it. If you're wondering what I'm doing with this black fine liner in this clip, I'm just adding a teeny tiny drop shadow to the right side of the letters to help them stand out a little bit more. And then it is time to add our clips, and we are done. As you can see, the glitter on this clip reflects so beautifully. It's just such a dreamy little banner, and I'm so happy with how it came out. And here's me having a little bit of fun with the glitter that I spilled everywhere. Okay, so if you did want to add string lights to the back of your banner, right here I'm just showing you how I did it. Initially, I went in with some super glue and just tried to press them on, but they were not staying because the super glue didn't dry fast enough, so I used some more of that blue painter's tape to actually tape the lights in place, and then I went back in and glued them after the fact. So basically what this does is it allows the tape to hold the lights while the glue dries, and then you don't have to sit there and hold it with your fingers. Again, be careful because after this, I had a ton of super glue all over my hands, which eventually came off, but pretty much for the next several hours I couldn't feel anything. I had like little to no dexterity in my fingertips because they were completely covered in super glue. I glued the battery pack directly onto the back of the banner as well because I'm actually using that as my mount for hanging it. So as you can see, I just press on the front of the banner and I'm able to turn on the lights. The last thing you need to do is just add your command strip and then decide where you'd like to hang it.
Bye-bye. See you again.
Ta-da! Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you do recreate this in any way, please tag me in a picture on Instagram or something so I can see it. I would love to see your guys' recreations. As always, have a wonderful day, and I will see you again very soon in another video. Bye!